And the scammers know that, so they're taking advantage of that. What are they doing? Fox 13's Tony Sloan joining us live from the Breaking News Center. Tony, they're going around impersonating MLGW workers?
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing, Ernie. And these scammers are threatening to turn off people power for non-payment. Now, this extreme heat that we'll be facing over the next week or so, you can imagine the fear that people have about having their power turned off. So far, 22 people have lost money to these scammers. That's according to the BBB. And this is because they think the air conditioning will be turned off. Now, there have been 37 reported cases of those calls in just the past week. MLGW and the BBB, they want you to know that a utility company will never call and ask you to pay your bill over the phone. So if you do get a call, you should take down that number and contact the BBB. Now you can also make sure you contact the utility company to ask them if you have a bill or a payment that needs to be taken care of. They say you should look for signs like them threatening you over the phone or asking for payment information on Cash App or a prepaid card. The BBB says listen for bargaining. That's where they try to accept a smaller amount than what they originally wanted. Now again, with this extreme heat that we're expected to be facing, a lot of people may be on edge. So they make sure you're careful so that you're not a victim of these scams. We're going to stay on top of this and let you know all the latest details that we learned from the BBB. But for now, we're live here in the newsroom. I'm Tony Sloan.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with the